How's it going, everybody? I hope you're having a lovely day. Today we are taking a look at how to take out some Golem quarries. So let's jump into the first attack and see what kind of base layouts we are dealing with and how to deal with them. So here we are looking at a basic layout of the Golem quarry. And we are going in with a whole bunch of different stuff. We are trying out the one-shot strategy for the Golem Quarry. It's a little bit wonky for the Golem Quarry, as well as the Builder's Workshop at Builder Hall 8, but we are giving it a try and see if we can make it work. We are trying to focus in on the left-hand side, taking out the rock artillery, as well as the central rock artillery, and then if we get down this multi-mortar, we can drop in some of the Larry barrels for all these single point defenses right here. So far I can say it is not going to plan. It is looking real bad for us. If you've seen the one-shot strategy, shout out to, I believe it was Clash Bashing, where I saw his video of how to one-shot 3 different districts. I think it was at capital peak level 9 or maybe level 10. But this is not going to plan. So we have only taken out 29% at the moment, and we're trying to figure out what else can we do to try and save this attack in 2 shots for this whole district. So we do end up dropping the Larry barrels on the right hand side. However, they will shortly meet their demise once the multi-mortar locks onto them. We also try to open up some walls so that the blast bow doesn't deal too much damage to us on the next attack. But so far we've gotten 40% of the base, and now we are no longer trying out the one-shot strategy. We are just going in with the most overpowered strategy right now, which is the graveyard spam strategy. And here we are setting up the graveyards. We have one over the multi-mortar here, so we can hopefully take that one out by the end. Dropped one in the center to try and take out the cannons and to help tank, and then one on the backside of the blast bow so that we can hopefully take that out before it splashes and destroys the entire army. So do lose a couple of troops, but that's alright. But now that we've taken out the right side of this base, we are now focusing on the center and moving our way to the left side of the base. And all we're doing here is we're waiting until the bulk of the army gets closer, and then we're going to start dropping in those rams to try and distract the rocket artillery. And if you do it correctly, the rocket artillery will focus what is closest to it in its range. Otherwise, you'll see like what happened there, the rocket artillery will slam into all of the wizards, which is no good. However, even with a somewhat sketchy first attempt on the base with the one-shot strategy, we still have a massive amount of troops left over. And we even get 125 bonus points. So now we're looking at the next Golem Quarry. I did all Golem Quarries on this account. You will see here, we do a little bit better on the first attack. It is another basic layout. However, I do not want to mess around with that one-shot strategy. We didn't even get close. Nowhere to what I was thinking was going to be the case. So we're just going back to regular graveyard spam strategy. And so we're dropping the 2 graveyards over the multi-mortars, and then 1 behind the blast bow. We're making sure that we clear out this beginning portion of the base right now so that we can gain entrance to the blast bow and the rocket artillery with a couple of troops. Now we've sent in a few of the super wizards to take out this right hand side along with the giants. So now that the blast bow is taken out, it well, the rock artillery has now just killed off all of our super wizards. So we're hoping that this right-hand side can have some success and get closer to the center of the base. But again, this rock artillery has killed off the other two wizards, unfortunately. So we might have been able to get more on this first attack, but we are able to clear almost half the base, and we've now set up some very nice pathing for the second attack. So now we're bringing in some 8 giants, because there's not too many walls for the rams to target. And then we're dropping the skeletons, or the graveyard spell, over the rock artilleries and the back end multi-mortar. So we're just finishing up that defense on the right hand side. Now we're distracting with 1 giant and then putting in a bunch of the super wizards. They do still get hit by the rocket artillery, which is a shame, because really any amount of splash damage will take them out. But if you saw on the first attack as well, we had much less troops and we were still able to take out this back end portion. So we do have this multi-mortar being a little bit of a nuisance, killing off some of the low hit point super wizards. And that rocket artillery did kill off the super wizards that were standing there. They are now gravestones. But the skeleton, or the graveyard spell, does get the rocket artillery, and then the skeletons from this graveyard get the multi-mortar. So as you can see, we have about 100 or so skeletons from the graveyards. Just complete overkill, even with the nerf, which is crazy. So Golem Quarry is still very nice and very easy to hit if you want to focus on that in your capital raid weekends. I wish you good luck. And last but not least, we are looking at another Golem Quarry. Just in case you didn't think the first 2 went very well because they were the basic layout, this Golem Quarry has a slightly different layout. Again, we are focusing on the right-hand side, trying to get the multi-mortars, and then this exposed blast bow is really going to have a hard time versus the skeletons from the graveyard. So all we're doing is we're holding on to a couple of our super wizards, because we do not want to send them in where these guys are, because they're going to be taking a lot of splash damage. So we want to make sure that we have most of the giants in front and a few rams left over. Then we'll drop the rest of the super wizards. So now that these giants on the right hand side and the skeletons are starting to get in front of the army, now we drop the last 2 up top to help clean out the base and to spread out the super wizards into a couple different packs. If you put all the super wizards down at once, they might scatter around a little bit, but it's a lot safer to put them in different groups yourself. So then if they disperse on their own, they'll be even more spread out. Otherwise you might get hit with a very nasty rocket artillery hit. So now we are dropping the graveyards over the back end splash damages. And 1 over the multi-mortar as well. So now we have a nice open spot, so we're able to drop in like 5 or so giants in a row to target different defenses. And then we can target a few of the different defenses with these super wizards. And that is the name of the game, people. Trying to protect the super wizards at all cost. And that's where, unfortunately, that rock artillery does get 1 more shot off before it perishes. But as you can see, there's about 50, 60 skeletons. So many skeletons from the graveyard still. So we were able to clean up this base nicely. It was awesome. I've been used to seeing the super basic layouts of the Golem Quarry, worth only 6,500 points, whereas these ones, they were worth just over 7,000, which was nice. So we are able to walk away with a grand total of 23,479. hopefully that is helpful for you guys in case you see some golem quarries that you want to take out. I highly recommend the graveyard slam strategy, as it is still super strong. And you might as well use what's super strong while it's strong until it gets nerfed. It's always my opinion. No sense trying to use the basic stuff when you can just use something that's overpowered and get a lot of bonus gold as well. If you want to help me out and support the channel, you are welcomed to like and subscribe on the video. And there are some additional videos on the screen if you want to check them out. Thanks for watching. See ya.